and your mean ways can be that reason that person go home and put that rope around their neck, can be that reason that person drive off of one cliff, can be that reason that person drink something that they're not supposed to drink. I am saying to you, be a good human. Hi guys, welcome to the flip side of Joshuanette's world. Over here we talk about finance, lucrative lifestyle choices, investments, and personal development. Guys, today I am giving you 5 things, just 5 things that you can do if you feel stressed out, if you feel depressed, or if you're having suicidal thoughts. And you know there is a backstory. So let's wheel back and then we'll get to the tips. I am here to say to you, I am a survivor, and I know that dark place when death feels better. Like in your brain, you are saying to yourself, death has to be better than this. At the end of 2018, I am saying to you, that place, nobody pan this planet here that God put me pan can get me back there. Nobody man pick me and nobody gal pick me can get me back there. However, because I was at that place, this is why I'm wearing this shirt for this particular video, because I am saying to anybody who's watching this video, time does heal all wounds. So I'm going to give you the story as to how I got to that place, because I feel like in order for you to understand depression and in order for you to understand my predicament, you must understand how I got there. And all the time I say it, I am an open book. I will give the whole world my story because I don't have any shame. You cannot embarrass me for anything that I did or anything that I am sharing. However, there are people out there who are not willing to share what I am sharing. Okay, so we're in the depression was the end of 2018, so we need to fast forward. We need to go back some more. So we're going to go back to 2016. 2016, this young man, I shall call no name, and I would appreciate for those of you who are personally connected to me, please don't comment and leave nobody's name under my post. I do not want that kind of energy. I am not doing this to bash anybody. I am not doing this to belittle, to don't do it. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. I am only sharing my story because I was at that point and I want others to know that there is hope. 2016. This young man asked me out on a date and we got on a date. Okay, fine. And we started to date, and then I started to learn more and more about who he was, and then I found out that in the end of his secondary school life, he got into an altercation and it led to a very horrible fight, and because he's not Antigua and Barbuda and it's in the court, his passport was confiscated. So he graduated from school, no identification, nothing. So what he did to make his days go by, he went and he learned a skill at his mom's place. But he met me in 2016 and I was saying, but that don't make no sense. Like, this is when no woman love me. There's no way in Antigua and Barbuda you can be working and the government can stop you from working. Like, you're done school, you don't graduate, you must have access to this information. They should be able to give you a copy and you should be able to go along with the process as normal, because they can keep you in the country but they can't keep you in the country and not have you work. So said, so done. Joshuanette was right. We started to look into it. However, it was too late because the passport was expired. And obviously me doing this to him, he do this to his mother, and she get back to me because she's like, what she used to do is he used to work, she take all the money, she go out she business, no money. But the chatterbox Joshuanette goes and looks into the situation. After looking into the situation, couldn't get a passport stuff, he and his mother had a fallout because obviously now some girl is saying these things, but the girl, that makes sense. He moves out and He moves out from his mom's place. They have a big altercation. He moves to where I resided at that point. Please note that this is happening in a matter of months. We met in February. By the May, he was already at my place. No ID, nothing. So we decide, you have a dream. I think it makes sense. You need somebody to go forward and help you. The business was registered in my name. The bank account in my name. The lease in my name. APOA, my name. If you watch the car video, it was my money. However, he said that it didn't make sense buying the car cash. So what I did is I believed in, helping people. People have always helped me out. When I was 18 and I needed somebody, my boyfriend at the time, he signed on my student loan because none of my parents could sign. So he would pay the interest rate, and then when I graduated, I paid the actual loan. So people have been there for me, and that's just one. People have been there for me many times. So I know it didn't mean nothing. I am saying to you, I gave this person everything I had. I worked my 2 jobs. I went to the government from 8 to 1:30. I worked my second job. In season, we worked 4:30 to 12:30, and out of season, we worked 3:30 to 11:30. 3 to 11:30. When we didn't have a car, you can see the picture at the side that I'm going to insert. We built, when we applied for the shop, we built a cavity in between the roof and the shop. So what happened is you could sit and you can store stuff at the cavity. When we didn't have any money, we slept up there. One of the bus drivers, thank God for him, we got up in the morning and we caught the bus at 5 o'clock. We came to Buckley's, bathed, went back. I went to work and he went to work. When I left from my second job, thank God for the bus driver and thank God that I'm a nice person. So there were nights when I was dropped off in town just because he wasn't done. So I would stay there. So we would sleep over and then we'd just catch the bus going home the morning. Or the bus driver would pick him up and drop us to Buckley's. All that I worked for and they needed it, I gave it. And I'm not gonna sit here and be selfish like it was a one-way street where it was me giving. It wasn't that. It was a two-way street. I gave, I receive, I gave, I receive, I gave, I receive. So I feel as though we were on mutual, I was this, you was that. However, my friends will tell you I was this because my friends will be like, the reality is anybody who had a passport, had an ID, had nothing, they needed you more than you needed them. However, as I said to you, based on his past experiences, and I believe in childhood trauma, and maybe this is one of my problems that I'm more understanding than I am angry. I believe he always felt like he needed to hold on to everything because of his previous experiences with his mother. So he worked and he had nothing to prove for it. When the lawyer needed to be paid, there was no money to pay the lawyer. So I went to court and I got a loan and I went to the shop and I gave him the money to pay the lawyer fee. He didn't like that lawyer. I didn't like that lawyer either. We transferred to another lawyer. That was the next set of money. But who was the one fronting that bill? Whose house were you operating out of? It was mine. Yes, the talent was yours, but the marketing, the conversations, and all of it, it happened with us. We had several appearances together. We opened the shop. When the shop was going to open, my full teaching salary, my full salary from my second job, and my second job, they have this thing where you could get a salary advance. I got a salary advance in order for us to open May the 16th, 2017. Again, when his case was going to be called, I took casual leave from school and I got the days off from my second job so I could be there in court. First thing first, when the court hearing called, he would never even go. I was there the whole time. I was their backbone. Like, you needed me, boom, I'm there. Like, I'm this girlfriend, right? Like, I am completely and 100% devoted to you. I don't know, I'm old. I do not believe in cheating. I do not believe in playing these games that young people want to play. I do not think that that makes any sense. So again, all of it. 1 year later, we're fast forwarding the story. May the 13th, we celebrated the store being open for 1 year. May the 15th, we celebrated my birthday. May the 31st, somebody came to the shop. So this is an old childhood friend. They got into some legal problems when they were abroad, and they were just returning to Ireland years later. Actually, February we would have celebrated dating 2 years in February also. So yeah, the person came, and I was sitting on a chair just like how I'm sitting here, and the person would have said, when they walked into the store, they said, "Joshuanette," and I swing around my chair. I'm like, oh my gosh, and I get up and I hug them, and then I'm like, how are you doing? How are your children? Like, you know, the general, you haven't seen somebody in a long time. And I'm like, you know, this is my boyfriend. I'm saying, like, you know, this is the first person I dated when I was younger. And that turned into a nasty fight when the person left. Literal fist fight. I didn't even go to work that day. I didn't go to my second job that day. And that incident led to having so many other fights. Let me tell you, right? I'm gonna get my laptop. Let me read one of the emails. Then I'm gonna read two of the emails. Like the things that were said and the things that were done after that. Let me get my email. 2 seconds. Let me get my laptop. I'm gonna power on my laptop. And again, I said to you guys, I keep everything. So let me get into the email address, and you can see I did a screenshot of it, so you can see the scroll of like how much conversations we would have had. And like, it's only today now, I'm telling you. 2 years later, I can sit here and give you the story and not feel stressed out, because I've also forgiven them. Like, I've literally come to a place where I forgive you. I have no hard feelings against you. I really wish you all the best in life. But oh wow, the internet isn't working. iNet is playing today. iNet don't want y'all to hear the emails. Anyways, so what I did is, after 2 weeks, I would have sent my first initial email to reach out. And the things that were said, only Father God one know. Let me see if it comes up on my tablet. Anyways, so I'm recording this video, and I don't want y'all to get the full source, so the internet isn't working. The wonder that you need iNet to work. There's no internet connection. Okay, it's connected on my tablet. So I sent an email, and if only God know, when they got on their feet, I would have said that I didn't want anything. I signed over. I took everything out of my name because I just didn't want that back and forth. Actually, at one point, I was so angry, I actually went and tried to have them removed from the store because I was so mad. And then I was like, you know, Joshuanette, that is not who you are as a person. The internet isn't working. Unfortunately, the internet isn't working. That is not who you are as a person. I have already signed over whatever. And that is why when they said they wanted the car, they wanted the business, they wanted all the stuff that they made for me, I did not have the energy to fight them. This is future Joshuanette. First thing first, you need to get up off of the ground and go drink some water. Like, do that. Get up off the ground and go drink some water. However, older Joshuanette will tell you, we are going to be fine. We're going to buy ourselves a new car. We're going to start a new business, and we're going to find somebody who loves us out of this world. We are going to be fine. But get up off of the floor and go drink some water. Have some bread and be content that we're going to be fine. We are going to be fine. them. Like, take everything, I'm gonna take everything. And we would have had like so much months of prolonged stuff. Like, we left in May, so that occurred in May, June, July, August, September. Like at the end of September, like October, there's like in the end of September going to October, like, I don't want this now. I went and I took my name off of the APA bill. I disconnected my name from the Digicel bills. I disconnected my name from the lease. Like anything that my name was on, I went and I told him to remove my name. He want everything, take everything, I'm like, okay. So at the end of October, like mid-October, he would have said to me that he wanted me to wash some clothes for him, and I said no. Like, just not do this no more. Like, man, not do this back and forth. Like, you're ungrateful. You literally be a dog. Little how I feel about you. Well, I don't feel that way now, but man, I do not for you. So they were left on my gallery. He ponged on the door. He wasn't leaving. The person that I started to talk to at the time came to my house and he was there. So they got into a confrontation. The boy stabbed me. My hand's back from my chest right here. I'm gonna get stabbed. We end up at the police station now and the police lock you up. His mother called and she begged, oh, me now he go jail, because a part of him going to court the years before is if he violated his probation, he would go straight to jail. I'm like, Joshuanette, you really gonna make the boy go jail? You really gonna do that? I'm like, you know what? After praying about it, like, you know, it doesn't make no sense. Like, you know, you were angry, and the person that I was talking to at the time was like, you know, so you are here being rationalized for this person, but they don't know that they were angry. Like, they don't know that they have probation. Like, they don't know. And I had to beg this person, because at this point, you attack me, you attack somebody, you stab me, literally, almost kill me, and I am begging this person, you know, just let it go. I am this person. Like, my heart is so pure. Like, even when you do me wrong, I will still be like, you know, the bigger person. This person was angry. This person has history of, you know, past traumas and all that. And I'm not going to be super like, oh my gosh, kill this person. So there was no charges pressed. He was released from the station. I moved on with my life. I had no communication with them after that. Just to show you how they're ungrateful. The January month end, they messaged me saying that they tried to go to APUA. Please note that APUA bill is in my name. So when they went to APUA to try to get the refund, because in order for us to install the electricity, as I told you with my land video, APUA love money. You have to pay $1,000. So when I went, I left it there. I paid the bill that I wasn't using now. The girl was like, you really gonna pay the bill? I'm like, yeah, pay the bill and disconnect the service. I don't want my name on nothing. The guy's like, you're sure? I'm like, yes. So I paid the bill for $200 and something. Just like how there was a bill at Digicel, I paid $400, almost $600. So I paid the bill, they APUM, I paid the bill, they Digicel in order to get my name off. January, I'm not angry, and they approach me and I say, here is my ID, you can go and see if you can get it done. I don't care. However, when they went, unfortunately, my ID isn't good enough. I have to go in person. So I go, and the person says, like, you know, you can get the check in your name and whatever the case may be. And we're communicating, like, you know, you should really pay me back for the fact that I had to pay APUA and pay Digicel for the bills that weren't actually mine. And he's like, you can take the money from the $1,000. Remember, for me $1,000 now. So first thing first, you want to use for me $1,000 for pay me back. I'm not even getting upset over it. I decide that it's my money and I'm not going to give it to you because it's not your money. He is going to say otherwise, but guess what? Your lovely friend Joshuanette, anytime you want to share this video, please do. God bless you. Know that I have all of the records of how much the business made each year. I know, I have it all. Oh, let us see what receipt this is. This is the same bill from APUA. Just like I have the contracts and all these fancy stuff that I'm just not gonna, I don't even want to show you all because I don't want to, again, I don't want no name listed on anything here, but all you need to know is here, let me fold this part here so you can see, because you know, that's not gonna show their name in my video. It says Joshuanette Amber Louise Francis, former proprietor, because they never had an ID, then had a bank account, then had nothing. Okay. Anyways, I have all of the documents here because I tell y'all I keep everything. Let me give y'all another sneak peek. Remember I told y'all he convinced me not to buy the car, and we renovated his mom's place. Let me just pull up all the receipts. Let me just show you. Let me tell you all, right? The receipt that I have with the thousands that we spent to renovate his mom's shop, that I had to hack and back and cost to get back to me money. Again, he says it's his money. Okay, fine. Let me just put my things in this folder here. But then he says to me that in January, because I took the $1,000, he calls me a thief. That's a whole other story. That's a whole other story now. That's a whole other story that I said to somebody, you know the reason why I'm sharing my stories? Because I know that there are other women out there that men do us a lot of stuff and are too shame for that, but me not shame. My friend would say, love man, see? Love man ways ridiculous. The love man is power high. Regular people love man down here, me must love man up here. Everything you can imagine, dedicating everything. You need somebody to support you, I am there. Yet when you get on your feet, you leave. I am saying to you, right? You see, the end of 2018, when he left, I just felt like my world just did this. Boom, done, crumble. Like, I remember so many days just crawling up on my bed. Like, and then people would be like, you know, tired? Can you imagine working 2 full-time jobs? And at that point, I went to Summer Institute, so I was doing this course online, 2 full-time jobs and a course online, and can't sleep. You exercise, but just can't sleep, like your body just will not allow you to sleep. I am saying to anybody who feels this way or have gone through this, you know that feeling of depression. It's a different type of depression when you want to sleep, when you want to close your eyes, but you cannot. And as soon as you do close your eyes, boom, you're back up. And this is why I'm saying to you, I do not judge anybody. And maybe this is why I'm a good human, because I know, you know, in 2018, how I got over some of it. And it's one of my tips. Like, I plunge myself. Hello, people do not know what people going through. And people, anyways, y'all know the story. Y'all know I got depressed. Y'all know I thought about suicide. Okay, let's get into the 5 tips, and I'll add all of the other parts of the story that needs to add in order for you to understand what to do if you're feeling suicidal or you feel depressed. My first tip is to pray about it. Like, praying about it. It's the man above that name, God. No matter how much therapist you talk to, no matter how much friends you call, no matter how much exercise, no matter what you do, if you do not say these prayers, you pray in the morning, you pray in the middle of the day, you pray in the night. I'm saying my first tip to you is to pray about it. God does not give you more than you can handle, and you are stronger than you think. You are way stronger than you think. Tip number 2, talk it out. Get a therapist and get a friend. My friends, so I have Latoya, I have Keita, I have Alicia, I have Shanti, I have Crystal, I have the ladies at St. Mary's Secondary. There was Cindy at the time, she was the manager. There was Verlin, there was Zamik, there was a supervisor at the time at Sherox Jackson. But you see, I had a good group of friends, you know, that knew of the circumstance. But you see, Crystal, every voice note, every message she read and she listened to. Crystal read hundreds of message. She listened to thousands of minutes of voice note. And you know, regular people send voice note 2 minutes. You ever hear a 20-minute voice note? You ever hear our voice note for 25 minutes? She was there. And I'm saying to you, you may not have friends like me who is going to listen to a 20-minute voice note. You may not have friends, but there is a therapist. There is a pastor. There is somebody who you can talk to. Although talking it out does not solve the problem, you must let that emotion go. Hello, you see those emails I'm telling you about? Hello. We'll clip it in a voice, in a layover, because it's not playing for y'all to hear. You see the emails, so he sent them, so me screenshot them, and at one point I had to block him, literally block him from social media, because he used to send some nasty messages and I just block out that energy. And so he sent them, I saw me screenshot them, message Crystal and get them. And I am saying to you, I am grateful for my friends. I am grateful for the days that I went to work and I had a good laugh. I'm saying to you, after we would have prayed, talk it out. Get a friend, get a therapist, get a co-worker, get somebody and talk it out. Express how you feel. Tip number 3, keep doing what you're doing. Ironically, for year 2018, 2019, I had 100% CXC pass. I went to school as normal. I went to my second job and we actually got a pay increase that year. And when everybody moved from $11 to $12.50, I moved to $13.75 because I dedicated more to my jobs. So while I was not in the best mental health place and I was not physically able on some days, when I went there, I gave my all. I kept going. I told you all, I bought my land. That in that depression phase, the idea to buy my land came up in that place. Keep on going. And again, I go to work and they give me a pay increase, right? However, I am told not to tell anybody. This information is let loose and that becomes a problem. And I'm saying to you, see, people do not know that that little thing can throw you off the edge now. That exact year, the principal don't give my students any exams. That's a whole other story. But I am saying to you, you see, people who don't know your story, and that is the problem with society too. People need to tell you that they're depressed. People need to tell you that you're stressed out for you to be a good human. No. Nobody need to tell you them problems for you to be a good human. And you do not know your actions can send somebody over the edge. Your harsh and your mean ways can be that reason that person go and put that rope around their neck. Can be that reason that person drive off of one cliff. Can be that reason that person drink something that they're not supposed to drink. I am saying to you, be a good human. A lot of people that we see in society today, they keep on going, but you do not know the demons they're fighting at home. Be a good human. And I will say to you from personal experience, although I'm going through hell in 2018, people still saw and they felt, as you know, this and that, and they had the world to say. I had fights at my second job and I had fights at my primary job because people didn't know. Tell you all right, you know how many days me go to school and me sit in the bathroom and just cry? You know how many days I went to school and I could not go to, like, there's no that I didn't go to a class now, but any day that I felt that way, I went home. At one point I actually had to take sick leave from school. I had to take 2 weeks from not just school and my second job. Like, I couldn't go no more. Like, I couldn't go anymore. And that is a sub tip to my tip. You need to keep going, but you also need to be honest with yourself. Sometimes you cannot go on, and when you get to that place, these are the days that you're going to have to pray a bit more and talk a bit more. But I am saying to you, that day that man said to me that he is not giving my students any exams, Father God alone know how many for today. Come and say, Father God, you know me go through all of this. Father, you know that I come. Father, you know. Tell her, you know, when I said a prayer, the end when they send out CXC results. So Mr. God in the school group, Mr. God answers prayers that you don't even ask for, because God never work. I'ma say, to be exact, I wonder how somebody who doesn't teach gets 100% CXC passes. But that's a whole other story. But all I'm saying to you is, people in authority and people who you think are close to you and people, please ensure, I'm begging, literally someone plea, be a good human. You do not know people's struggle. You do not know, and people do not need to tell you their struggles for you to be a good human. My fourth advice is to get an activity. For me, as I said to you, nobody man pick me, a girl pick me can get me to get back to that place. But when I do get to a place where I feel stressed out or depressed, I go on a hike. I go and exercise. I go and run. I don't watch TV. I don't think TV is good. I don't think it's refreshing. I feel like you need to be outside in nature. I think you need to get your body going. And if you never went to the gym, now is the time to go to the gym. If you never went on a hike, now is the time to go on a hike. If you never wanted to exercise, now is the time to exercise. You need to find something that is going to, one, get you exhausted enough to sleep, and number two, keep you abreast. Like, you have to go. And I'm telling you, there's nothing more refreshing after an exercise. That feeling that you feel afterwards is amazing. When you get on that hilltop for a hike, that feeling is amazing. Get something. Get an exercise regimen. It is going to work. And my last tip number 5, allow yourself to feel the feelings that you feel. I am saying to you, and I believe it, I said to you in How I Made the Word Awesome, emotions are normal. That depression, stress out, that feeling, that emotion that I felt, that is normal. After giving so much, doing so much, and somebody says the things they say to you and do the things they do to you, that feeling that you feel is normal. And a sub tip to that, find a song. My song was My God is Awesome. So every night, my phone used to play it at the lowest possible volume, because if that song does not play, I am not going to sleep. And even when the song plays, I am still not going to sleep. So let us try sleeping for 2 hours instead of no hours. I remember a point I go to work and I said to the manager, I have not been sleeping. And she's like, what do you mean you haven't been sleeping? Like, I have not been sleeping. Like, I just can't sleep. Like, it's been days and I just can't sleep. Like, I can't sleep. I'm so exhausted. And I'm like, I want to sleep. I try to sleep. I go home. I exercise. I do stuff, but I'm just not sleeping. And I found that the days that I felt really exhausted, I would run twice. Keep on saying, go exercise. I would run twice, and then I would do something to keep myself and try to go to sleep at a later time, and that eventually helped. And sometimes that did not even help. You get up the next day, and you know that picture that we see with people putting on that smile, and that people put it zipping up that coat of happiness. A lot of us. And there are many people watching this, and you can honestly say, like, you know, it's been a tough year. It's been a tough couple months, and I know that you're tired. I know tired. I know depression. I know stressed out. And I'm saying to anybody who feels suicidal, I understand more than anybody now. I said to one of my friends, before 2018, when people said that people who commit suicide were selfish, I agreed. And 2018 has taught me, when people commit suicide, they're not selfish. And you can bash me in the comments, but I'm saying to you, when you get to that place where you can't sleep, where you're forcing yourself to eat, and then life does this, keep punching you, and people in your circle within authority keep punching you, I'm telling you, in your brain, death seems better than life. Please don't come under this comment here and feel sorry for me, because I don't feel sorry for me. My story is my story. I am okay with it. I am okay saying to anybody, anywhere, anyhow, there was a point in my life I contemplated suicide. but you can't let me feel bad for it because I prayed myself out of it. The tips that I gave you are the tips that I use. I prayed, I talked to my friends, I exercised, I kept going, and I had a song. I kept those 5 things, kept me. You see, right? You see, when that song I say, God kept me, and I am saying to you, each thing that you're going to do is going to interlap. It's needed. You have to keep going. You have to pray about it. You have to talk it out. And you also need to be honest with yourself. I feel on edge. I feel stressed out. I feel defeated. I feel that death is better than life. And I will say to you, although you feel that way, time heals all wounds. Forgive yourself again, and forgive yourself again, and forgive yourself again, and be honest with yourself. I'm saying to you, when we talk about depression and suicide and we see those memes on social media and we share them, I'm saying to you, sometimes that friend who sit next to you at work, that friend who hasn't checked in a while, checking on your strong friends. Because I'm telling you, only the people in my immediate circle knew. And then people outside of my immediate circle started to know as time progressed, as things got worse. And then many of you who are watching this video now, you only knew this now because you saw me and I smiled, I laughed, I went to play t-shirt mass. I had a ball t-shirt mass. I had a ball at plenty school events. I had a ball at birthday celebrations. I did the most. But that does not mean that those thoughts and those feelings and those emotions were not there. Any which way, moving right along. I love you guys. Thank you for watching today's video. In the comment section below, if you have any additional tips, please shoot them for myself and anybody else who's going to come across this video. However, please do not call the young man's name. Please do not go bashing anybody. I am over it. I am at peace. My God is awesome. And as my shirt says, I am blessed. God is good, and all the time, God is good. Bye, guys.